Today we have an incredible guest whose journey is a true testament of resilience and transformation. He has faced profound adversities and challenges, but throughout all of it, he has found the strength to rebuild his life and a beautiful business now. A thriving entrepreneur, he uses his story to inspire others, traveling to different audiences, sharing that story, proving that even in our darkest moments, there's always a path forward. So please welcome our guest and my dear friend, Picasso, aka Korey, aka The Vision, aka Mr. Motivation, aka
Picasso?
Mr. Mayor. Picasso, that's what I call him. Aka a lot of things. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you, for, I know I've gone through a lot lately, so we are so appreciative of you being here with us and sharing your story with us. So we just want you to get right into it. Let us know your story, and we will,
just walk us a little bit through your story.
Okay. Mm-hmm. My story is very long, so I'll make it kind of short. But
no, we're here for it.
No, yeah. I mean, the definition of life is crazy, but at the same time, it doesn't matter how crazy life could be, you can make something out of it. So it's my mom raised me the best that she could. Rest in peace. She just passed away about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, yesterday
so sorry
was 2
about
weeks.
that.
Thank you. And but she taught me everything that I know, you know what I mean? Like, so she taught me how to be a good human being in bad situations, which I will take with me forever. And once you have that your mentality is different. Mm-hmm. But so I was also raised on never being complacent. So being good was never good enough for me. I always wanted to go the extra mile. So, the beginning of my story is like jails, institutions, overdoses. I've died about 3 or 4 times. And, looking back at those things, I often regret the path that I chose, but then I think that it might have not made me who I am today. Yeah. So, I have to always think like that, because it also makes me a stronger person, and I'm able to handle things in a different way. So I think that if I was on this path that I'm on now my whole entire life, I might not be the same exact person and react to situations like this. Yeah. But that's what's crazy, is because people who see me now, when they're or meet me now for the first time, are you were in jail, you were a drug addict, you were this. And I'm like, yeah, it's crazy, because it is part of my story, and I'm never ashamed to talk about it. Like I said, when we were talking, I'm an open book. You guys can ask me anything, because the truth may save somebody. Yeah. And
absolutely.
I'm not afraid, so.
Yeah, I feel that too. If you, because you said you don't regret it, and that you wouldn't be, if I changed, I always think about this. If I changed just one thing about my story or my life, I actually wouldn't be here, right here, mm-hmm. right now, sitting with you, 100%. Right? Because it can just change your whole, way of where you were leading to go. So you should definitely, number one, be proud of your story.
Thank you.
And I always say, your story qualifies you. It does not disqualify you, because it truly, now you could help so many people. Just thinking of you, you're an entrepreneur, you have businesses, and you've overcame so much. So it just gives other people that have that struggle and going through that same thing that hope that they can do it too. Right. So
it's actually so crazy, because we actually grew up together. I mean, he knew me before I could even speak.
That's amazing.
I was literally 2 years old, I think. And I'm just a little rugrat, running around the house like a Tasmanian devil, jumping on the couch. I'm pretty sure I'd climb all over, just be a lunatic. And then we had so many different stages of how our friendship, which is so crazy, because you were friends with my older cousins. And then as I got older, I always hung out with a little bit of an older crowd.
Yep.
And you were part of that friend group. Yeah. So then we would go down to the Jersey Shore together. And it was nuts. It was probably
what was I doing there?
During the time of craziness in your life.
Yeah.
I really didn't even know at that time, to be honest with you. I had no idea. I feel like it wasn't even until more recently that I even knew. Yeah. When you got when you had your sobriety journey start, and that was when I really was oh my God, I had no idea the severity of it.
Yeah, because you know what it looks like when you don't see somebody every day, it just looks like they're partying and having fun, and it's oh, maybe he just took it too far. But every day I took it too far. So and then I isolated myself a lot. So a lot of people weren't able to see that was happening.
Right.
So.
And a lot of people do go through things and they just have like a smile on their face. They're like really happy. And you have no idea what's like going on behind the scenes, which is a big problem, like a huge thing. I feel like, and you see a lot of celebrities going through stuff like that, and it's scary how dark it can be.
No,
because
100%.
it's so easy to put the mask on and put the smile on.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's like, not that it bothers me, but a lot of people, like with my current situation right now, a lot of people think that that's how I'm handling things. And I try to explain it to them like the best that I can. It's like, I don't know how to feel. So it's like, I don't want to stop doing certain things because of, like you said, I have a long story. So it's like, I'm not afraid that I will go back to doing drugs and stuff like that, but I'm afraid that I will stop the momentum of what I've built. If I get too comfortable where I'm not doing the things that I love and working because I love my job. So it's like, if I'm not doing these things, I feel like I will fall off mentally, and that will be a problem. And I just take everything that I do as far as, not even as a perfectionist, but I need to do it because I'll miss an opportunity. I'll miss a chance. And then it's like, I'm able to still do what I have to do. And like certain people can't understand that because they're like, oh, you need to take off, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need time to grieve. And it's just like, at this point, I don't know how to grieve. I just know that I am responsible for a lot of things. And if I let myself down, then there's a chain of me letting other people down also. So
that's a big burden to carry.
Yeah, it is. But at the same time, it's scary. What scares me is that I don't look at it like that. I don't look at it as a burden. I look at it more of like, this is what I should have been doing my whole life. This is what I should be doing now. So it's like, one thing that I always tell people about being sober is like, I got sober around 31. I felt like I was probably 21 for 10 years. So I felt like I was 21 until I was 31. And then now with my mom passing, I feel like, I was always the man of the house because my father left when I was at a young age. But now it's like all that stuff is thrown at me. So it's like, sometimes it's difficult and it has its moments. And it's just like, you just look at your whole life and you're like, holy shit, like, what do I do? But at this point, it's like, you can't ask yourself, what do? You just have to do stuff. You just have to do it and like have no fear in doing it because it's you. You know what I mean? It's like, I'd rather do something than not do anything at all.
Right. You had mentioned, and I can circle back to this, you said you have a fear of losing that momentum. So, but it's like almost like you're afraid to stop and to relax.
That's
right. So
very,
like, how do you
true.
balance? Gotta stop talking with my hands. How do you balance that mental, physical, health and entrepreneurship?
I mean, a lot of people call me a machine or a robot, and I understand because it's like, I don't know. I feel fine. I'm mentally okay, for the most part, especially like, other things happen. But it just like, to me, it always feels right. And I feel accomplished. Like some nights I'm up late into the early morning, but that's by choice. It's not like I'm like, oh shit, I got to stay up and I do this. Like I really am just like on my own time, and it works because it's like it works for everyone. It's scary because
I'm hearing a lot of purpose behind what you're saying.
Yeah, like it brings you like fulfillment.
Yeah, it's like when you're just in pursuit and you have your purpose, it's like, I want to keep going on this momentum. I feel the same way sometimes, where if you just relax a little bit, like it's so funny because we just came back from a ski trip too, and
two separate ski trips. We didn't even plan that.
We didn't realize that we were both going on that. But so today, after a long weekend of relaxing, I had like a whole thing of, you know, like to-dos to do and to catch up. So almost that too, like it's like that fear of, I don't want to fall back. And then you put so much pressure on yourself, and there's got to be like that nice rhythm and flow and having that balance and staying, you know, mentally healthy through it all.
No, 100%.
So
I stopped to eat and sleep. But, I mean,
I'm lucky if I eat
that's
sometimes.
about it. But it's also because it's like, you know, like you said, the fulfillment, I have a job that I literally love. And, you know, going from what I used to be, where people didn't even want me near them, to now people that I don't even know are calling me and paying me to do stuff for them. And I'm like, this is
You've
crazy.
done some really incredible things.
So
amazing.
So thank you. And it's like the difference of that is what keeps me going. And the fact that like I'm sharing so many amazing moments with people. Like I just filmed for a bunch of my friends fighting MMA, and like just them getting another victory and me being able to capture that and put that out for them. It's like I'm a part of that journey while they're a part of mine.
Right.
And that fulfillment is amazing because it's like you have people who are dedicated to their cause and their purpose and what they're doing, and they rely on you to capture that, and they are grateful for it. So it's like, wow. Like, you know, there's no better feeling than not being able to get into a place, and now I can walk right in and people know who I am, and I'm able to do my thing and be left alone and be recognized for good things instead of bad things.
Right. That's amazing. Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
You've done some really awesome things. Like, did you go to the Yankees like Hall of Fame signing? I was so jealous at that moment. Like, I'm not
That was
gonna
actually
lie.
pretty
Like, do you need
cool.
an assistant? Because I'll come shoot some.
No, that was like very
Tell us about
crazy. So my friend Lauren, shout out to her, she does like a lot of interviews and she does a lot of work for the Yankees, like, and she has her Instagram, which she has a lot of followers and does a bunch of stuff for them. And you know, she reached out to me and asked me like, would you do the Yankee Hall of Fame signing? And I'm like laughing because I'm like, what do you mean would I? Like, just tell me when.
Yes.
So like, yeah, I ended up going. And you know, it's one thing that I try to teach people is like, you have to play the part. Like, I'm not going to go there and act scared and be like, oh, should I do this? And it's like, I see people walking by and I'm like, I'm going over there. I'm like, because if you don't at least do your best to do that, then you're never going to know the outcome.
Right.
So it's like I walked right up and I started filming. I ended up being able to talk to Spike Lee, take a picture with him.
That's so
and like that's like one of my idols. So I'm like, this is
Wow.
amazing. And like seeing Yankees from like when I grew up, and it's like Don Mattingly, all these people, I'm like, this is amazing. And then it's just like, to me, I'm just like, this is so cool in a different way. And then you have other people looking at it like, oh my God, this is crazy. And I'm like, I know, because like I'm filming an event of Hall of Fame Yankees, like one of the biggest teams in the world. So no, it's like, it's cool. Like life is crazy. And that's what I live by. It's always doing something and not waiting. Like a lot of people are like, okay, I just did something cool, and then they'll take a break and they're like, all right, whatever, and they'll look for the next thing. It's like, no, I know I'm doing something cool, so I'm trying to line the next thing up. And it's like, what can I do? Because that's the momentum.
Yes.
And it's like, what can I do to do something better than what I just did? And it's like last year I was sponsoring a lot of the flex fights, which was like MMA and kickboxing. And like I had my whole brand in the ring all around, and that got me locked in with UFC fighters. It's like, a lot of people look at it and they're like, oh, he just wants to be flashy and do certain things. It's like, no, I know what I'm doing. Everything that I do is for a reason. And that's the key to life for me, is that like everything can benefit you if you plan for it. Like me being here right now is benefiting me. Like it's benefiting you guys, but it's going to benefit you guys in a different way than you even expected when this comes out, like it will for me also. So it's like us sharing our fan bases. Like you have one, I have one. Now it's all together. And that's
It's
just
the world
like
today. It's literally the world today.
That's
like
it. I don't have a
social media.
website. I don't have a website. Nothing.
You don't even need one anymore. I mean, essentially, you have your social media.
Exactly.
And like,
That's it.
Promote yourself the right way. It's like what you do.
That's all it is. Like I think I was talking to you about it. It's about being personable. Like
Yeah,
you have to
networking.
fit what you want people to see. So like right now I'm just chilling. I'm like whatever. But when I'm at the fights, I have like 2 or 3 more chains on, diamond vampire teeth, a ski mask, and people are like, "Oh, that's cool."
Yeah,
and then they're like, "I want to know who he is."
Almost like it's like people will just know you for that and
then
recognize you.
They ask me, they're like, "Oh, who are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm the videographer guy." And they're like, "What?"
Yeah.
So it's like I know what to do to stand out and make people look. In Vegas, I was wearing all my chains and we're in VIP, and the Raiders were like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just a videographer." But it's like I knew that would catch their attention.
It's like marketing. You're just like marketing yourself.
I market myself every single day in any way possible, and sometimes I don't even mean to, but that's what gets me clients, is that I'm very open and honest about my story, about what's going on, about this. Like, and it's sad to say, but it's like I love my job so much, and like only a few people know, but like the same day that my mother passed away, the only thing that made me not think about it was editing videos that I had to finish. And I finished 3 of them that same day. And it's because at the same time, like, I know my mom wouldn't want me to just be like laying in bed and not doing anything. And I just felt like a sense of being driven more than I ever have been before, because I know like I have to get shit done. I don't even know if I'm supposed to curse. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's totally fine.
Well, that was like, it's because one of the first things, obviously, when we saw that happened, like, obviously reaching out and condolences, but like we were like, you don't have to come on right now. Like, you do not have to come on.
And I
like,
appreciate it.
You can share or not share whatever, whenever you are ready. And like, you know, you find that this brings you almost like peace and joy, and it allows you to almost have a sense of normalcy.
Yeah, it's definitely normalcy. And also, like, my mom definitely saw the worst of me, but then got to see me becoming the best version of myself. And like, that's something that gets me by, is that like, I know that she was disappointed in me a lot of the times, but being able to pass away and know that like I've been accomplishing things and I've been sober for over 8 years, it's almost 9 years, is like an amazing thing, that like I became dependable for her.
Yeah.
Like, she could depend on me to do certain things. And like, that's a good thing, because like, yeah, of course I get upset where I'm like, I wish I could have those years back and not do the same things so it could be different for her. But at the same time, it made me more understanding and more loving, more caring, and knowing how life is. It taught me things she didn't.
Yeah, I think too, that's what makes you your story, that it's 100%. Victorious, right? And so you went through the struggle of addiction, and then, you know, you had this victory on the other side. And I would love to know, like, what was like the pivotal moment, because I know, like, you know, I'm not sure how the sobriety and all of that like went like for you, but what was it's a decision. And in my opinion, I think it's a decision that you make, that you're going to just change your life and have that turnaround. If you can share, like, what was that for you? Because you didn't own your businesses then, right?
No, I didn't have anything. You
didn't have anything. And so you were at the lowest point of your life. And then you, you know, decided to better your life. But what was that? Like, what made you decide that?
I mean,
what was that mindset?
It was crazy, because a lot of the times, like, I think about that and I'm like, I didn't really care about life. So I was like, whatever happens, happens. And then, like, you know, being like that, I overdosed multiple times, and I was like,
wow.
After like the third time, I was like, wow, I can like really die. And I was like, do I want to die? And I had to like think about a lot of things that I wanted to live for, because like a thing that I always said was my mom was below me praying that I would live, and I was above her praying that I wouldn't wake up.
Wow.
So, you know, because it was just like a lot of pain from trauma from childhood and a lot of things, like, and that's one thing that I'll clarify. Like, I didn't do drugs because someone made me or a feeling. I chose to do it. I felt a certain way, and that was a choice that I made myself to do. Yeah. But just like, I had enough. Like, one morning I woke up and like, I'm still fighting for my license. I can't drive. I woke up and I walked to in outpatient rehab center, and I was like, listen, I'm on probation. I want to go away. And they were like, okay, like laughing. And I'm like, no, I'm serious. Like, I need to go away. I'm a heroin addict.
Wow.
And, you know, yeah, that was my drug of choice, heroin and crack and anything under the sun. I was a garbage pail. So anything you put in front of me, I would try once. I was like one of those kids with that crazy serotonin in the brain. I was a lunatic. But I was just like, I need to go now. Like, this is my decision right now. And I felt like if I didn't do it as soon as possible, not even that I would have died, but I might have changed my thought and like came up with a reason or an excuse of why I didn't have to go. So they were like, okay, what can you do? I'm like, I'm on probation. I'm on this, like, please. So they were like, all right, we'll try as fast as we can. There was a wait list. So I'm like, shit, this is going to be great. The next morning they called me and they were like, pack your bags. Like, they're going to come pick you up in 2 hours. I didn't even say anything to my mom, nothing. I came downstairs with my stuff packed and I'm like, I'm going to rehab. Like, I know she wasn't dumb.
Did she know at all
Yeah, she
throughout
had
the
to
time
have.
period of?
She said yes, and my sister said yes. But like, it doesn't matter when you're on drugs and you're into that. Nobody could tell you anything. I've
Right.
had friends like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you when I see you, this and that. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm already beating the shit out of myself by doing this. So like, that's not gonna
Nothing
faze
that
me.
anyone could do to you would be like worse than you were doing to
Yeah,
yourself.
no, it's like, and that's why I was like, oh, you hate me? Good. I hate myself too. It's like, nothing matters. And the only person who's gonna take you out of that is yourself, and it has to be, because it doesn't matter if I was dating the most beautiful girl in the world. I could have been with a celebrity who offered me $1 million. I would have had to give it back, because drugs are that crazy.
Yeah.
Where it didn't matter who told me to stop, what they offered me, it wasn't going to work until I wanted it.
100%.
And I wanted it bad enough that I continue to be sober, because the times that I went to rehab and I didn't want it for myself, I just didn't want to go to jail. That didn't last that long. I found excuses and ways to get out. And then if I didn't, I was just home doing the same thing. So it's like.
And now at what point did you like get yourself completely sober, and did you then decide to have a business of your own, or was it like something, an outlet that you actually just started doing to be like productive or do something you were passionate about, and then it became a business? Or was it something like,
No, not even.
how did that
I'm the worst
flourish?
person
How did that
because
flourish?
I'm the worst person because like I'll look at something, I'll research it, and I'll do it. So
I'm like
it was,
that too.
It was
I do that.
COVID.
Okay.
COVID. I picked up a camera for the first time and took pictures during COVID.
That's
and
crazy.
I was
You're so
like, oh,
talented.
this is cool. I didn't even
Why,
do video
though?
on, I don't know, I was bored. And like
Okay.
one thing that I always like sat with me, that some people are like, oh, he likes to brag, he likes to this
Yeah.
and that. And it's like, I loved taking pictures of myself, but it wasn't to show off. It was to motivate people who were on drugs to get off of it, to see a
Right.
different side of
That's
life.
right. That's another
So-
thing. You
Wow.
actually go to like different places.
I used to go.
How did
and
that even
speak.
come about? Like, did they ask you? Did
Yeah,
you
they asked me
decide, like,
because
how-
I did a video, and my friend recorded me, and it ended up being really long, just about like my whole journey. It was me making music, doing a bunch of different things, and I was just inspired to do it, so I was like, let's do it, and did it. But it's like, that's the thing, is like, I'm not the type of person to brag, as flashy as I am, this and that. I do it for myself because it's like, this is what I want. Like, nobody told me to get 14 karat gold diamond vampire teeth. I just wanted it. And I'm like, okay. But
I get
it's
that.
just because of me, like, you know what it is? I never got to live my kid years the way that I wanted to, because like obviously we all didn't, because we're kids.
Right.
So like, you know, you're like, oh, that's cool, I wish I had that. So I'm like still a giant kid.
Yeah.
And then my 20s I didn't, because I was broke from doing drugs. So it's like when I wear certain outfits, like I had to go through a phase where it's like, I want these sneakers, I want this, I want to dress like this. I'm taking pictures of this because it's like I wore the same
like
sneakers for
fulfilling.
3.5 years.
It's
Like,
yeah.
It's like
you
fulfilling
know?
a childhood dream of yours. Of
And
like
it's so
being able to even
ironic.
just do what you
Yeah.
want, you
Yeah.
know, like having the freedom to do that.
It's ironic because you had said wanted to show people to see a different, like, it's funny because you're like seeing the world through a lens, right? So here you are, sober now, just randomly like, I'm just going to pick up this camera, and now you're literally seeing the world through a lens
So cool.
of like literally clarity, in my opinion, because you can see it from just a lens, so
Yeah.
it's it's pretty ironic. I don't know. I just
that's
thought of
No,
that
no,
when
it
you
is. It's
said
cool.
that. So you're like, hey, I'm just going to pick this up and I'm going to see the world from a camera's perspective, and it can really show you so much more than just
Yep.
videoing or taking a photo.
And to even touch on that, it's like things like that come up all the time because I didn't even think of that either. But now I get to see through a lens, but other people's perspective of things.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like I get to know people more than a lot of people, like any photographer or videographer knows, because it's like in order for somebody to want to like shoot with you, they have to be comfortable with you, and they talk, and then you learn things, and then it's just like, oh, so like I'm learning new information about people and things all the time. Like I could tell you a whole process of a facial because I do so many spas.
Yeah.
So like girls will ask me like, oh, what's good for my face? I'm like, okay, this spa, do this, that. And it's like, oh shit. And it's like,
so
you know,
great.
all these things and I
Right.
retain all this information. And I'm like, wow, it's like, it's different. It is very different, but it's also like glorifying and amazing because I like, when I go to sleep at night, I'm like, this life is like amazing, and like I don't go to sleep like not looking forward to the next day.
Right.
I like every day is like Christmas for me because I'm like waking up and I'm like, yes, I get to do this, I get to do that, I get to do this, and it's just like it's always something. And then even like people are like, oh, does it ever slow down? And I'm like, no, because I don't let it. Like I literally will have to take off. And like to me, vacation time is me being able to not edit work, but like research.
Yeah.
So I can step my game up, because like I'll never be satisfied with the knowledge that I know now, because yeah, it's cool and it attracts people and people like my work, but it's like, what am I going to do next? What's going to get me better? What's going to do this? And it's just like, that's all I can ever think of. And it's a gift and a curse, because like when it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you're on YouTube with a notepad and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah,
And
I've
like,
been there.
you know, but
Yep.
it works. It's not like it's failing me. So
Yeah. No, that's amazing. I mean, obviously you've had some really like intense struggles. Would you say there was
Yeah.
any that like stick out in your mind? Like that was like a very tough moment that you had to like learn a lesson, even if it wasn't necessarily like through your, you know, that journey or maybe entrepreneurship, like anything that you had to learn a hard lesson and you were like, oh, I'm definitely not going to do this again.
people, you know, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but like sometimes humans suck. And like, you know what it is? It's like humans just like
We get it.
suck
That's why I love
sometimes. And I'm like,
animals more.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, no, it's the truth. Because, but it's like, it's just like
Yeah.
some people do things and you're just like, in my head, it's like, now why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like, why did you have to go and do that? And then it's just like, I hate it because like I have to maintain composure and not do anything, because it's like
You're the professional.
first,
like you're the one who's...
I'm a professional and I'm a Gemini, and I have a past where like, you know, so it's like I'm this person now, and it's like you're trying to make me move 20 steps back and let you know that I was 100 times worse than you. And it's like bad, because it's like there will always be a monster inside of me from the things that I've saw, the things that I've done. But it's like sobriety made me be able to cage it and lock it and only let it out if I want to. And that's what sobriety has done for me, and running a business has done to me. It's like I can cage it and maintain it and hold it in, but it's like it's still there. So it's like I hate people because it's like it makes me like not want to go out and do certain things. Like I don't like, it's crazy because like, you know me, so you know, like a lot of people talk to me. I'm known by a lot of people. I don't like going out. I don't like to be around people.
Yeah.
I don't like, I feel alone in a crowded room.
Yeah.
So it's like, it doesn't make sense for me to be out and about, like at events. Yeah, of course, because I'm
Well,
promoting
if you're
myself.
working too,
Yeah.
it's like you have something to
So-
focus on. Everything could be going on around you, and you and your camera are like locked in.
Yeah, so it's like on social media, I look like I'm the littest person in the world because like certain times I am, but other than that, I'm just at home chilling, like
100%.
watching TV.
Well, you
writing
are a lot
notes.
like, I mean, in a way, you're a lot like us, where we don't like, we didn't go to like business school to like learn how to like have a business. It kind of was just like almost like a passion that turned into something
and
that
you learn
like
on the way.
something you learn along the way. So like tell us a little bit about that, like how it's been to like figure out how to like book people and contract people and actually get these like huge contracts like the Yankee event and stuff like that. Like, do you have like systems, or you kind of just like wing it? Because honestly, I still wing it sometimes.
Listen,
I'm gonna be honest.
You
like
learn as you go.
I still wing
for
some
sure.
things, like not having that.
I just wing this shit. I'm not gonna even lie to you. Like these opportunities just fall upon me, or I'll just make a bold decision and I'm like, I'm gonna do this, and then it's just like, I know it's gonna attract people.
Yeah.
Like I know, like when like my fighters like Rick Schaefer, Devin Worth, Alex, Sergio, like when they're fighting, I know that it's like, okay, I'm gonna sponsor. So like they're the biggest fighters in Long Island, some of them, but I'll know like, okay, I'm going to put my money in on this. I'm going to be the big sponsor. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And everybody is going to know who I am. And at the end of the day, it's going to promote me and it's going to fill me up in that field.
Yeah.
Because that's another lane. And like a lot of videos I watch on YouTube, it's like, oh, pick your niche. And it's like, why? It's like, people laugh because it's like spas and people beating the shit out of each other. And it's like, how does that go together?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know, but it works. So
That's
it's
hysterical.
like, I'll do anything.
Yeah.
I'm the hitman. I'll shoot anything for the right price. So it's like, whatever works for you works. Like I've always been a person who didn't listen to how things are supposed to be done. The rules.
I don't think entrepreneurs are like anyone who listens to like the rules inside the box. Like you have to be an out of the box thinker to be successful in any like business
I have a picture
venture.
that says I think outside of the box.
Really?
And it's like, so it's like, I don't know, like I could never picture myself just doing one thing in photos and videos, but like I can't also picture myself just doing that. Like I low-key do so much more, and like it helps me, and it makes my thought process different. It makes me react to things different. Like I like, one thing that I love to do when I have free time is, which is never, but I like to read, but I like read different things that like people wouldn't expect me to read.
Like PMA books, or like
no, like
like what?
Intuition and like
positive mental attitude books.
So, not so much that, because I want to have a little bit of feistiness in me still, but I do read some of that. But like I've read, like one of my favorite books that I've read like over the course of the last couple of years is the Russ book, and I think he really set me off because it was his first book that he dropped, and it was like, do everything yourself, and I was like, all right, like let me just give it a shot. And it was just basically him talking about like, you want to win, do everything yourself. And it's like, you want, like, as him as a rapper, he's like, I'm going to make my own beats. I'm going to shoot my own videos. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I read that and I was like, holy shit, like I could do that. Like,
I would have to say, like hearing you say that, I have an agreement to it a little bit, but I do also believe that
no, you need help.
You need help, and you need help. People like
100%.
on your side, on your team. And like, yes, entrepreneurs, I love you. We want to think out of the box, and we are like learning as we go. But also, like for me, I feel like I'm also inspired by other people in my industry.
Yes.
And I learn from them as well. And also, it sparks my own creativity. So I may not have to like do like copy and paste as everyone else, but just like seeing other people in my industry, it like just ignites my creativity to do something outside the box, right?
Yeah.
So like for you in your industry, do you actually follow and are inspired by other people?
My friends.
Your friends.
So it's like, some of them aren't even people who make like content like that. So like I'm inspired, honestly, the most that I'm inspired are by the MMA fighters, because it's like I document their journeys up to the fight.
Right.
And
you're seeing the struggle they go
I'm
through, like
seeing the hardest working people that I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Like taking off of work, grinding in the gym, hours and hours, sweat dripping, and then they're like making weight, and like it's the craziest shit I've ever seen. And it's like, how am I not supposed to put my all into making content for these people, and they're doing this to their bodies to go into a cage and fight?
That's like so big. I mean, it even really aligns with what we're doing here. Like just to like bring people together to like a community of like be inspired and, you know, just, it doesn't even matter what it's for. It's like you said, like they're training for like a fight, but like in your own world, like you're also training for like your version of a fight. Like you're executing their vision, and that is your challenge, like that you have to like take on and really like perform and give them what they...
you have to be on point, like, and you see it like it's so funny because like my one friend Sergio, like he fought this weekend also, but he fought a couple fights back, and you see like somebody else was also recording, and you see when he makes the kid tap, I like jump up in the air, and like I have a camera strap, so the camera's like moving around, and it's like it shows like how happy I am. Like I get into that because it's awesome. Like these are my people.
A
like
cinematic adventure.
We formed a bond, and it's like it's so crazy. But it's like what I was saying about like doing it yourself is as far as like, okay, so I'm the vision, and everybody knows me as that. So it's like, okay, cool. That's my brand. I have the logo, this and that. I stepped into the fight world. I made a different brand, VWO, Vision World Order. So now all the fighters walk out to that. They have it on their their shirts, their shorts, everything like that. Genius. And then it's like, okay, what else can I do? So I made my own other shirt of like, it's like a wrestling theme, because it's like, they're the real fighters. I'm the promoter, because basically that's what I'm doing by making content for them. So I like made the graphics of a new shirt, and I wore it Saturday night to the fights, and they're like, yo, who made that? And I was like, I did. I just made the design. I sent it in. So that's what I mean. Like if a girl compliments your outfit, instead of being like, oh, I got it from here, it's like, oh, I actually designed this. You know what I mean? So
I fully understand this.
Up avenues.
It's like a blessing and a curse though to be that way, truly, because I am the same way when it comes to like my business. Like I wouldn't put out a course or any type of training material without my own makeup line or without my own lash line.
You have to.
So I actually stayed back like about a year before, you know.
But it's going to benefit you.
But at the end of the day, like, you know, I feel like that choice was beneficial towards the end result, like that outcome. Like even with the podcast, like
that's what I'm saying. Like
so many avenues that you can
yourself.
do. And it becomes like, like
the help of Jay,
a whole world.
Shout out to Jay.
Floored Media.
Thanks for having us.
I was like kind of waiting for him to respond to some of the things, but I'm like, wait, he can't.
But yeah, so I mean, it's just like it's a really incredible way to be, and to have so many different like talents.
Yeah.
Even just like the fact that you can like shoot, you could also make a t-shirt. Like there's some things that like you're throwing in that are just different talents all wrapped up in one.
My brain is crazy. It
like,
makes things like very difficult at times, because I'm like, I want to do this and that. Like I'll have like, I don't want to say it's a midlife crisis, but like I'll have like a crazy idea where I'm like, okay, so I picked up like music making equipment, because I do have that in my history, but like more of rapping. But I'm like, now I just want to make the music that goes to the videos that I do. So like I picked up a bunch of stuff, and I'm like,
you could do it all.
So I'm like, this is the things that I do. And it's like, why am I doing this? And it's like, oh, because I like to. And it's just like another thing that I've accomplished, and I didn't think. And every like a lot of people are always like, what don't you do? And I'm like, I don't know. I'll think about it, and
I'll get back to you.
I'll try it out, because it's like, you know, I want to try at least something that I'm interested in. And not saying fail, but like at least try and be like, okay, it's not really for me, but like.
Well, failure is like such a way to success, you know, and I recently had to learn that myself, that I can't be like scared of failure. Yeah. It's really tough though. It's hard to walk into something that you're not comfortable with, or that is new to you, that is like not something you're already really good at, and try it. And with especially eyes on you, that you might fail, you know, and that has to be, you have to be okay with that. You just have to do it anyway.
I know. That's the thing. And like, there was a time where I was like afraid with the camera, and my friend Matt like invited me to an event, and he was like, yo, I want you to shoot. And I straight up looked at him. I'm like, yo, I'm scared I'm going to mess up. And he was like, why? and I'm like, what do you mean why? And he was like, bro, just go have fun, do your thing. And then I did. And he was like, these are awesome. And it was pictures, and I was like, oh, okay.
Like, it's like, I'm actually good.
And then after that, I was like, I really don't even care, because it's not going to like do anything. And then I just started researching ways to see like, if I mess up this, what can I do? And I just found out other alternatives and like had like plan Bs for it. So it's like.
It's funny because if you're scared, like you're the only one who knows that.
Mm-hmm.
And typically if you're in a situation where you could admit that, somebody, like if I had a bride who was like a really tough bride and I sat there and was like, I'm scared, by the way, you know what I mean? She might feel a little somewhat type of way or something, but if I just like zip my mouth and I kind of just go with it and I perform, they won't even know.
Yeah, because it's about the trust too, right? So like if your bride is trusting you to,
that's the reason they hired you.
Exactly. So if she's thinking of like, how am I supposed to trust you if you can't even trust yourself? Right, but fear, you guys were talking about, and I feel like with the camera, it's like, just go, pick it up,
just do
and
it,
have fun. Just do it.
Think
so
too
it's
much
like
about it, and it's gonna
your
be...
action is what's going to cure that fear. Just like us, when we were just starting the podcast, it was like the unknown because we never did this. As soon as we filmed our first episode, it's like the fear was gone, right? It was like that action that we took just eliminated the fear.
The action does eliminate the fear.
And you guys
and then you get better at it as you go along too. So like
it's always a learning process too, but it's the fact that you guys like thought of it, you wanted to do it, and you did it. And that's like awesome. That's like what I wish more people did, but you know, you can't.
We were talking about this and we were on the phone the other day about like, you know, there's so many ideas that people have that they just don't execute because they're scared or because they're not sure how to do it. I always felt like as soon as I understood the logistics of something, like I can do it. So that's my next like course of action is like, I need to figure out the course of how to do it or what to do. And that's why we talk about the hustle mentality and like the hustle mindset. And we've talked a little bit about it on the first episode, but like a lot of people think like hustle culture and it's got this negative like connotation to it. But I think that we find it as more of like a well-rounded, like you could still have that hustle mentality without it being like a toxic hustle mentality, you know? So like, how do you feel like you balance that where, you know, you kind of still have a life, you know what I mean? And in addition to what you're doing.
I mean, when I'm around so many people that like my life has become work in a good way. So like everything that I'm surrounded by ends up being work. You know why? Because especially in this industry, it's like if you're even like doing something for Christmas, you want to capture that for yourself. Like, so any cool things that are around, I like want to capture.
You're behind the camera.
So it's like, that's why I have
that's true.
That's why I have the meta glasses, because it's like when people beg me not to bring my camera, I still have my camera. So it's like, funny. You know, but that's really what it is. It's like, if like I'm at the age where I only want to do cool stuff anyway. So it's like, if I'm going somewhere, it's going to be a trip.
To shut it off.
It's going to be, so it's like, I'm bringing that because I'm going to be more mad if I didn't bring my cameras. So it's like, it's just fun. Like literally I had 5 sessions of getting a back tattoo, and I brought both of my computers and edited while she was tattooing my back. And people were walking in like, what is he doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm just working.
Yeah, I mean, even on the drive here, you're in the back seat.
Yeah, because it's like I have fun. And I can pay attention. I also have ADHD, so I can have multiple conversations with people and do things. So.
But so, okay, so let me ask you this. Do you burn out? Like, because, I mean, look, we can all go. But we're also, you said it, you're a machine, but, you know, we're also human. But do you experience burnout, whether it's mental, physical? And if you do, like, how do you, because, you know, even listening to you, I'm like, man, that's amazing. But I'm also like relating it to myself. Like I
would burn out. 100%.
I'm on to the next thing. And my thought process, I can so relate to you, where I'm like, I'm doing this business. And then I'm, you know, now I have my bridal business and I have my permanent makeup business. Now we're doing this podcast. And it's like, what's next is the mentality. But the mental burnout definitely occurs, at least for me. And I just want to know, like, if you do experience that, what do you do to? I
mean, I don't know if I have. I don't think that I have yet.
What's your like your outlet to just relax?
I haven't relaxed in the last
He's like, don't ask me that question because I don't relax.
Okay, so let me put it this way. When we all talked on the phone, I was working upstairs in the office. Before I came here, I had to set an alarm to stop doing what I was doing because I was working, like I'm redoing the whole upstairs of my house, and I'm doing it by myself off of YouTube videos and watching things. And it's like I'm doing all this myself because I'd rather be credited and be like, yo, I did this all myself. I bought the stuff. But it's like, no, like after this, I'm going to go home and continue to do what I was going to do. When I wake up in the morning, I'm going to edit anything that I had to do today and finish the videos that I did over the weekend. It's like it's nonstop. I don't feel it. I don't find it as a mental. Yeah, it's not a mental burnout for me. I feel like I'll have anxiety if I don't do the things that I'm supposed to, and I know that I want to, and I'd rather be burnt out than stressed out and have anxiety.
Ooh.
Right.
So it's like it's weird. It's like I get a joy from doing it, and like I said, it's like a child. Like I'm like, oh, I'm waking up in the morning and I get to work on my office, and it's like
I love that.
It's like so funny and weird, but it's like it's what gets me through a lot of things. And like a lot of people were worried, they're like, you're just working now more in your house because of like what just happened with my mom. And it's like, okay, I understand why you're saying that, but it's like also I got to get the shit done, because if I don't, then what's going to happen? Like if I didn't continuously work on what I was doing, I couldn't be here right now, because it's like when you're working on your office and you're a photographer and videographer, that means like your stuff is everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like I already tried that, and I like went to a shoot and didn't have memory cards, everything. I'm like, yeah, I got to finish this shit, because I'm like, thank God it was like right.
Did you ever have like a crazy thing happen like that? Like what's something that has happened to you in your journey and you were like, oh my God. Like one time I forgot my airbrush machine on a bride. No. Yeah. Like it was like a wedding day, forgot my airbrush machine. Thank God it was in Patchogue. And I called my dad and I was like, Dad, go to my studio right now. You better go get my airbrush machine. Like I'm desperate. Literally drop what you're doing. I need it right now. And he literally went and picked it up and brought it to me. And someone was like, there's a man here. And I'm like, it's just my dad. Don't worry about it. Like he's just don't mind us. And then I ended up getting my airbrush machine. Thank God. But have you ever like had anything crazy? Like
only that one time. It's just because like I had stuff all over the place, and I was just like just beginning to redo the whole room, and like I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna do so many shoots while I'm doing this. And then like I literally went to the gym, good thing it's up the block, and like I go to take a picture and I'm like, oh, I don't have a memory card, I'll take it out of the other camera. And then I'm like, oh, this one doesn't have memory cards either. So I just looked at the person, I'm like, I'll be right back.
Oh my God.
And I just left, came back, and the same result. It was great, but I was just like, yeah, this can't happen again.
You just have to extend grace to yourself, I think, just in doing that, and just being okay with
I laughed
mistakes. Exactly. You're like, okay, it's fine, just like, clean up the little spilt milk and you'll be fine. Move on, right?
So what advice would you have for somebody who's either like at rock bottom or like feeling like they're stuck and they want to like better their lives?
The only person who is going to be able to do anything for you is yourself. So it doesn't matter how many people are like reaching out to help you, this and that. You have to look deep inside yourself for a reason to live and a reason to like keep going. Even if it's the smallest reason, start with that. Simple steps lead to major ones. So it's like you there's like a whole different side of life than what you're in right now. Like I know, like, as I was saying it, like, look for reasons to live. Like, I didn't have reasons at some points, but it's like that was the drugs, or like me being at rock bottom, clouding my judgment and clouding my clarity of what there is. And it's like, yeah, I got sober because I didn't want to die. I never imagined my life would be the way that it is now, but that's just because I wanted more than just to be sober. I was born to do more than just that. And it's like, I only prolonged my process by doing the things that I did. But like I said, that's a very important part of my story, and it made me who I am today. But like, there's a whole different life for these people than being the way that they are right now because of whatever reason. Like, there's different reasons why people do things and do drugs or whatever. But like, there's a better life. Like, and this is coming from somebody who like, I did a lot of drugs, and like I shot a lot of heroin with crack, and like did a bunch of that stuff, and like I just lost my mom, and the first thing I thought about wasn't to do drugs, you know what I mean? And like
that's a major win.
So,
that's a really big deal.
And like that would be something previously that would have dragged me to probably overdose. But it's like there's a different side of life. It doesn't matter how sad I am now. I don't look at myself to go get high to change my feelings about things. And it's just like having feelings is crazy because not having them for so long, but like
I appreciate
that's a lot.
That's the one thing that I kind of like, it's not that I lost, but a lot of people think that like I put on a poker face or I do this or do that. Like I'm numb to so much stuff because of what I've seen and what I've put myself through. Like in the course of being sober for almost 9 years, I've lost like 70 people. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like you become numb to it. Like death is like a big part of my story, unfortunately. And it's like I lost so many people close to me, even like before that. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like got one of my best friends tattooed on my hand and the other one is like in a wheelchair forever, you know? So it's like I've been around this for so long that it mentally changed me. And it's like, it's a horrible thing, but at the same time, it's like, I'm just numb to a lot of things. And that's what I've been telling people with the situation right now. I'm like, I'm just numb. Like, you know, it hits different because it's my mom, but it's like, you don't know how to feel. It has its highs and its lows, of course, because it's like, I'm a mama's boy and like, I just lost my mom. So it's like, you know, you think about things and you have, it's like, all right, I'm making her proud right now because I'm working, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. But then it's like, fuck, I miss her. So it's like, you got to grind and it's just like, but I am like a different type of person. And like at night, sometimes I'm like, this is why she raised me the way that she did, to prepare me for something like this. And it's like, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Yeah,
and it's like, don't stop.
I think too, like a lot of people just grieve differently. You know, some people need that
100%.
time off to grieve, and so you know yourself, and
Yeah.
you know the way that you're going to grieve someone as important as your mother. You know, and so that's incredible, though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We appreciate you being here.
I
but,
appreciate
know,
you guys.
We're here for you.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you.
there is
Also, you know, so many people know you, right? So, and they know your story, and I'm so like humbled that you're just open and vulnerable and sharing your story, because I know it does touch so many people. Have you had people actually reach out to you to say, hey, you know, I really appreciate your story. I'm struggling with heroin. I'm struggling with addiction. And
Yeah, you'll be surprised. A lot of
Yeah.
people do. A lot of people that like out of nowhere. And that's why I post it, because it's like people are like, oh, that's a tactic. And it's like, no, it's not. It's just me showing who I really am. Like even people who've never had a drug problem have reached out and been like, yo, I appreciate you like putting that out.
yeah,
Like, it makes me like, and I understand why certain people said like that's like a little life hack, but it's like people understand and they see it and they're like, holy shit, like this kid did work his ass off. It's not like I explained before, it's not just that I got sober. I built off of that and made a career and showed the dedication, and like I'll always have addictive behavior, and that's the reason why I am the way that I am. Like my new addiction is photography and videography, and like I go so hard with anything that I do. Like I'm so passionate about it that like I will give my all, and that's what has made me win so far. So it's like,
yeah.
why stop?
yeah,
And
100%.
you film people in MMA, right? MMA. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, MMA and kickboxing. Yo.
Oh, here's a beauty
so cute.
business person. I mean, I know sports, and I love.
sports.
Yeah, go sports. I love football, and I know MMA, but I just want to make sure I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
But you're actually like filming people in a cage and, you know, like winning championships in that arena. And almost like, again, what I'm thinking of is like you're filming this and you're in your arena and in your you're winning your championship in your life, right? So you're basically doing what they're doing. You're just at the same time winning and doing what you love in your, you know, field of expertise.
I'm not gonna lie, theirs is a lot harder, but but no, I
Theirs is a lot harder because
yeah.
it's physical, but I feel like we can't discredit that what you're also doing in general is also hard, because to win addiction and to go through challenges such as losing your mom, and then you're just continuing with your foot on the pedal, that's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
you
weird
can't
because I don't
discredit-
look at it like that.
You can't discredit that, because, you know, other people that battle addiction could have
fall
a
in
a
Yeah.
relapse or something
No,
like that.
I know so many people I know that I went to rehab with or knew or anything are not here anymore because of it. So it's like, I don't know. I get it because it's like it takes a lot of strength to be this person. And that was what scared a lot of people was they didn't know how I would react to what just happened. And I'm like, no, I'm good with that.
That's amazing.
Like, I knew at this point in time, like I have a lot of responsibility to take in now, and like my sister and me are like the last ones left of my immediate family. So it's like I gotta like step up to the plate once again, and it doesn't feel like bad. It doesn't feel like, oh shit, I gotta do this, but it's just like I gotta do this shit. So
Yeah.
You have to, yeah, like just from my
takes
lens,
a lot of
it's
strength.
like you got to give yourself a little bit more credit, I feel like.
it's hard.
You're
to.
like, I got this. It's not that
It's
hard.
hard to stop and pause and like look at it yourself. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
think it's hard.
people tell me like they compliment me, and I just like look at them, and I'm like,
I would
thanks.
love,
I'm like, are you joking or are you like?
I would love to know the statistic of people that are addicted to crack and heroin. You know, what is the statistic
Well, they said there's like
between
3%
the
that
people
stay
that
alive in
actually
rehab.
live
Oh my
and
God.
overcome it? So
Wow.
Yeah, no, rehab. They
Kudos
said
to you.
out of like 97 people, 3% stay alive,
Oh my God.
and they
yeah,
were right.
so you're part of that 3%.
Yeah, they were
Crazy.
right.
You should
and I
be
was like,
so
holy
proud of
shit.
yourself.
No, I am, but like that's the thing is like. It's weird. It's like I don't know how to make a comparison. I know how to make the comparison about like what it feels like to be a drug addict and like go through withdrawals and stuff like that. But it's like doing some. Okay, so like you have a kid, and you're raising the kid, and it's like you should be proud of yourself. But it's like you chose to have the kid. You wanted the kid, and it's like, yeah, I know I should be proud of myself, but like I'm doing this because I chose to,
I see.
and I brought the kid into the world. So like, what am I supposed to do? Not
But
take
I
care
think
of it?
being proud is just being proud of the accomplishment of, right? So like, yeah,
I mean, I think
it's my
there's a
choice
balance. I
to-
think there
I
has to
guess.
be
Yeah.
a little bit of both.
I guess.
Like, I chose this, so like, whatever. I mean, I gotta be a parent
guess.
now if you have, a kid, but like, also like a mother giving birth, like she should be proud as hell.
Yeah.
She made it through that.
No, the
Absolutely.
birth,
You know what
yeah,
I
but
mean?
like,
Like, the
birth
raising,
itself.
raising,
Even like,
it's
just
like,
for example,
it's like, yeah, I could say like you're a great mother, and not you, but I'm just saying like you're a great mom, and it's like, oh, thank you, but it's just like, oh, you like took care of your kid and raised the kid, you're great, and it's like, what?
Like, why are you
Yeah.
awarding something that it needs to be?
Yeah, like I didn't do shit for 10 years.
Yes.
Now I am. So it's just like, thanks. Like, I guess I'm proud. Like, thank you for being proud. But it's like, I just started. Like, I have so much more to do that I know that I'm going to do. So it's like, I'm not like, it's hard to be proud of myself yet because I feel like also if I'm
You
just like
should,
sitting back and I'm
though.
proud of myself, then it's just like, to me, I didn't do shit yet. It's like,
I pray that you will be proud of
standards
yourself
are-
more.
no, I'm happy. I'm happy.
I do, because
I'm-
I think that you have a lot to be proud of.
I mean, I
You
guess,
do.
right? I guess,
Yeah.
but
You're part of the 3%.
Have you,
right? So that's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, that's a huge accomplishment. I
Thank
mean,
you.
it's like you had to choose. Like, I have no choice but to be successful in this choice. Otherwise, what was the alternative?
yeah, death.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is. It is crazy.
It's
It is.
crazy. You have to
It's
definitely give yourself some credit.
Oh, I mean, I
Gosh.
guess. I guess.
Give yourself a little
All right,
credit.
I'm proud of
Oh,
myself.
there you go. Yay. Just give me what I want, please.
You got it. You got it.
So in this court, I mean, obviously in entrepreneurship, there's a lot of naysayers. And we talked about this a little bit the other day that like, people have eyes on you and they'll sit there and judge you and from behind the scenes. And have you dealt with having to deal with like any kind of like fear or like just feeling like, a little imposter syndrome or something like, oh, I don't know if I can do this? Or was it just like pedal to the metal?
Pedal to
I'm
the
going to do
metal.
it anyway. Like, I don't care what anybody
Yeah, no,
like
I don't.
says.
I don't care because
That's
like
good.
there is certain circumstances
could
and
learn a few
situations
things.
where I do care how people view me and see me, but with my profession and my career, I don't care. It's like I will walk into a place and I'll start filming and I'll be my crazy self, and it's like this is what I need to do to be able to get the content that I need to make it good. If they don't like it, which I could understand why, then like we're not supposed to be doing this. Like
Together,
I got to be able to
It's
come
not a
in.
We're not
partnership
like
then.
the vibe.
Like I got to feel the vibe. I got to feel comfortable too. So it's like, okay, you don't feel comfortable, me neither. So like, why are we doing this? So it's like,
That's it.
everybody
You have a lot
knows
of
by now.
confidence.
Yeah, no, you have to. You
Yeah.
have to. You know what it is? I've never been afraid of rejection. It's just like, okay, I got rejected. Next. Like that's it.
Is there any like advice you can give somebody who is afraid of rejection?
Is okay. Ready? Everybody in the world loves you until they tell you different.
Okay.
That's what I was just telling Sam this morning.
Think about it.
I needed a pep talk this morning, you guys.
and you can attach that to anything.
Yeah.
Everybody in the world wants to get makeup done by you until they tell you they don't.
Okay, that's cool.
You know what I mean?
like
And
that.
like, and the only way that they'll tell you they don't is if you ask them.
Just assuming
And then
that
if
everybody
they
does.
don't, then it's like, okay, cool. I still have my business. I'm still like getting nice in my business, and there's a lot of people. I have a lot of clientele. So it's like, okay, yeah, obviously not every person in the world is going to want a video from me, makeup done by me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But there are those people. When you do certain things, it stands out and you get more people. That's why I'm crazy and do crazy shit. And you see me doing stuff like doing horror videos for Halloween, and it's like attracting a
we
new
were gonna
crowd.
do that.
Yeah.
We're
And
gonna
then
do that
peop-
this year.
Yeah.
We're
So
gonna do
people-
that this year.
Yeah,
for
you know,
sure.
but that's what it is. And then people see that and they're like, oh shit, all right, I didn't like the stuff he was doing before, but I like this. This is cool.
It just like
And then-
let your passion just like flows through it because you're like
You have
doing
to.
all these different things.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's what why I feel like it was meant for me, because it's like I get to really express myself, and I get to do it with other people also,
Yeah.
like how I see
And bring
it.
out their like what you know
Best attribute.
the best
Yeah.
attributes of that person. Thank you. Like
welcome.
that's where I was trying to go with
Gotcha.
that.
I'm in your brain.
She's in my brain. And you can actually almost make someone see themselves better, which is really cool.
And it's
that
like, this is
brings
what
the
you
confidence
really
to
look
them.
like. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yes.
When people are like, oh no, and I'm like, this is what you look like.
Yeah.
Like, and people are like, oh, you made me look amazing. I'm like, I didn't do shit. I pressed record, moved around a little bit, put it together. That's you.
Right.
Like, and people don't understand that. They're like, no, it was you. It was you. And it's like, okay, so if it was me, let's minus you out of the whole situation. Where's
What
the
do I
video?
have? Right.
And they're
Well,
like,
it was
"Oh,
very
true."
cool. So when I did a Live After 5 this past year, which was my first Live After 5 with my business, which was a very like, for me, a big accomplishment
Yes,
that,
yes.
you know, I used to go there when I was a kid, and now here I am with like this booth and like, you know, my logo on the tent. Like it was just like, I went all the way, like pedal to the metal with
Yeah.
it. And I was like, I definitely need Casso to come in. And I know that people don't call you Casso
that's
as
all right.
much anymore, but that's just how I know you. So I'm like, that's
They'll learn
Casso.
today. So.
So, and I basically just gave you like little blips of what I wanted, and you brought it so perfectly to life, and it literally executed like exactly what was in my brain. And I knew from that moment forward, I was like, okay, now I never can use like anybody else. Like I need him to be like, he just knew how to exactly extract it from my brain, like a little hard drive. You just like plugged it
pulled
from
it
my
in and
brain
it's
to
just
your
like, okay.
computer, your camera, whatever. And you made like the most beautiful video for me. And I was so happy about that. And
Thank you.
I feel
yeah, it
like
was
it's-
really, really amazing.
It's almost like the same thing, like when you have different clients and you know that not every client is gonna have the same makeup look or benefit their
Yeah.
bone structure. You're gonna contour
Oh,
them
yeah.
differently.
You have to, like, adjust it to each person.
Yeah, so I feel like, you know, to be a good artist in a sense of videographer, makeup artist, what have you, you have to know your client
Right.
Yep.
and you have to really understand them to deliver what they want. So
But it's also
I
the
think
same thing
that's-
in your industries. It's like the client also has to speak up.
Right.
Because
we have
if
to
you didn't
sometimes
say
like double
certain
teeth
things-
and like
Yeah.
extract it
You have
from
to, like,
them.
If
But
you
pull
didn't
it
say
out.
certain things,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known to do certain. You understand? So
Right.
it's like that's what it is because there are those clients where it's like, oh, I thought you were gonna do this, and I was like, oh, I thought you were gonna tell me.
You said-
And it's like it's the reality of it. It's like
God.
it's like okay, so
Yeah.
like what? Like I didn't tell you to wear that outfit. I didn't tell you to do this. I didn't tell you to do
Yeah.
that. So it's like I wouldn't know, and then they get mad, and it's like, well,
Everything though that happens, I feel like just teaches you more for like your next
yeah. 'Cause
thing.
then
Is
you
it like
ask,
that
and-
for you? Because I know with
Yeah.
me, like with my business, like every person I would like take on, let's say, whether it was a bride or an extension client or something, like anything that happened, and I was like, wasn't expecting that. In my next one, like I was like, okay, now I know what to adjust in my waiver, like
Yep,
for the
you
future.
have
And then
to.
as you take on more clients, like you kind of end up just like building these systems that eventually it's kind of like just like a, what is it called? Like a conveyor belt? No, I'm thinking of like something in that way,
Well,
where
I'll
it
say
just
it for-
becomes like a well-oiled
it's-
machine, like kind of just like producing.
I'll say it for you in my terms because you're nice. You just weed the assholes out.
Yeah.
Like for me, that's what it is. Not for
Yeah.
you. For me, I'll speak for myself.
There is definitely plenty in our industry.
But that's what it is.
to
It's
weed 'em
like
out.
it's like okay, so
do it in a
you're gonna
nice
be like
way.
that. This is how I'm gonna be, and you'll probably not come back to me. But that's okay
Yeah.
because I won't get a
It's
headache.
there for protection too. Like I've had people that were like insane. Like
Yeah.
totally insane.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, like I have to update my contract for this. I have to add this into my waiver. I have to do that. And it's for protection, you know, and it makes your business more credible. Like there's just so much that goes into it when you're building a business kind of like ours, where it starts out as just like a passion.
Yep. And you're doing as much as you can just to like be known. Like,
Yeah.
listen, I have horror stories like of shooting in the cold for like an hour and a half, and then the girl's mom is like, "Oh, I don't have money right now, so," and I'm just like looking at her like, "Okay."
I think, I've been
It's
there.
like, how do you have me shooting outside in the cold for an hour and a half, and,
And
then
then
we
not
wrap
pay
up,
me?
and you're like, "Oh, I don't have money. I'll try to send it to you by next week," and it's like, "Okay, I'll try not to delete the photos." All
Yeah, oh my God.
like,
But
I've had
that's-
that happen to me before when I
Yeah.
was like a fresh little baby artist. I would like go do a wedding and then I'm like chasing around. I'm like, where's the person with the money? Because
Right? Yeah.
where
Well,
am I getting paid? You know?
Exactly, and that's what you know. You're learning as you're
you
going,
have
but
to,
then
like-
each experience, you're pivoting
You're
your
getting better and
business,
better.
and you're adding something on, like a contract, or
Yep.
you know, you have to pay me before I
You
film.
have to fail, you have to like fail your way to the top. You know, like you just take those failures and you kind of like they build into something.
Exactly.
but that's what I think I was talking to you. Nothing that we do is free. So even if you didn't get paid, you learn something that's
facts.
valuable.
That's facts.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think too that's how you develop businesses. I mean, I'm sorry, develop systems in your business.
Mm-hmm.
It's through those experiences where you're like, okay, we need a better system for this. Now we need a better system for this.
Yep.
So
Yeah. So is there anything else you want to share? You've got the floor. Do you want to actually give us your like handles, like your Instagram where people can find you?
Yes, my
All those
Instagram
things.
is at the Visionary Photos, and yeah, that's really.
And
it.
how can people book you? Like, what's the best way?
Just go on Instagram if you like me, DM me.
You gotta book him in. I mean, you will not regret
that's
it.
it.
It will be the best decision.
and so
you made.
versatile, like you
Yeah.
said, like from filming spas to MMA fights.
Yeah, I do
To
everything.
horror, Halloween
Yeah.
things.
I can't
film
wait to do
myself
that.
so
We gotta do
much,
that.
I'm like, I know, I'm amped
We'll
for
do
that.
it this-
Halloween
we'll do it this
season's gonna
year.
be crazy.
We got to do it early.
Yeah, no, I'm ready whenever. You know me.
Well,
You
we just
said
wanted to
it.
thank you for coming on.
Thank you for
Do
having
you have
me.
anything to add? Any other?
No, I mean, I guess one last question, you know, like, so we, you know, the hustle mentality of what we have. So like, what's your,
Idea
I
of
guess, idea of it or even definition of hustle? And
I mean, there's
I love that.
a lot of
Yeah.
different
Thank you
things
for
because of
adding
my past, but no,
Besides,
I
no, like, yeah, this new version
no, I
of
like this.
hustle.
I like
yeah,
this
no,
because
like the clean way, I guess.
no, but
Or
that's the
right-
thing is
or
like the original way. This is the original way, and a lot of people don't understand that. So I like it because, especially for this, it's like it's very people just don't stop. They gotta leave me alone. It's like catchy because people are going to look at it. But my definition of hustle is just basically like you're grinding, you're not stopping, you're doing what you love, you're passionate about it, and like you're just getting to it. So it's like by any means necessary, and that's what I live by.
by any means necessary. Yeah. And it's whatever's making you happy. I think like when you're in pursuit and you're hustling, you're happy. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank
We
you for
so
having me.
appreciate you. And we hope that everybody books him because you will not
Yes.
regret it. So
Thank you.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Thank you.
See you next time.